Ilana is a world-class origami artist. That's the creation of objects by folding paper, in case you're uncertain about what this Japanese-originated activity is. She's written one of the standard books about origami. She's flown around the world to give lectures and demonstrations and exhibitions. But right now, she's going through a bad divorce. She's living in her studio, which is a mess because her unique personal filing system works by throwing papers and projects on the floor, along with the cartons from the takeout Chinese food that's all she's eaten for weeks. And her old three-legged dog, currently her closest companion, has disappeared. She hasn't been able to work since he left. Andy teaches high school math. He's an enthusiastic amateur origami maker, though not, in his opinion, very good. He's read Ilana's book, attended her workshops, gone to meetings of the Origami Association that have featured her. He wants to meet her. So he shows up one rainy day at her studio, claiming to be the treasurer of the Origami Association, letting her know that she hasn't paid her annual membership dues. But he's paid them for her. She barely lets him in her apartment and immediately tries to get him out of her apartment. He won't go. The first 10 minutes of their encounter is beyond unpleasant. Playwright Joseph has them going at each other in fits and starts. She angrily indignant, he sweetly immovable. The RS staging, directed by Todd Schaefer with Teresa Doggett as Ilana and Andrew Kuhlman as Andy, amplifies the fragmentation, irritatingly so. Probably it could be played less irritatingly, but I'm not sure that would be a good idea. Eventually, Andy can get it out that he's there not about dues, but because he's very attracted to Ilana, and perhaps even more because he has a student in his senior calculus class who was very close to a genius at origami. He wants Ilana to teach Suresh. When Suresh shows up at Ivana's studio for his lesson, he's a caricature of an American adolescent. Coming from an immigrant family, he's probably overdoing it. He's plugged into his cell phone with a microsecond attention span, bouncing around physically, too, with interpersonal communication skills that come across as arrogant and that he probably thinks are the epitome of cool. But he has amazing skills at folding paper. And under that grating facade, of course, lies an insecure kid eager to soak up all the attention he can get. Both the man and the boy grow increasingly dependent on Ivana. As that happens, and as she responds to them, you grow to like them. And they grow more likable in their vulnerabilities and needs, all three of them. Playwright Joseph ingeniously and honestly shows us the paths taken by their deepening relationships, and that makes absorbing drama. A curious thing happened, to me anyway, under the power of these performances. Drama is a very physical art form. We're very much influenced by what we see. That's one reason Hollywood stars look the way they do. Ethan Isaac, who plays Suresh, has that kind of good looks. Doggett and Kuhlman do not have that kind, yet as their stories unfolded, they grew increasingly attractive, physically as well as in their characters' persons. Ruth Schmullenberger's costumes help these developments. Properties master Heather Tucker, by happy chance, has worked in origami her whole life and has made dozens of fascinating pieces for the show. Mark Kelly's sound design nicely reinforces the script. I'm afraid I don't get the holes in Keller Ryan's set. Once you get beyond the initial unpleasantness of these characters, I think you'll find Animals Out of Paper an absorbing and moving story about a different kind of romantic triangle. And I find Rajiv Joseph one of the most interesting playwrights writing today.
Very well said.
Thank you. Thank you.